Well, did you know you can't sell your car on a Sunday or be drunk on a train? They might seem like ridiculous rules, but they're actual laws right here in the state of Michigan. In this April Fool's Day edition of Know the Law, Tom Sinas joining us here to talk about some silly state laws as well as some local ones as well. We didn't know about that. How about that?
And boy, I wish these were April Fool's
joke.
joke.
They're not, though.
But I thought today would be a good day to talk about some laws that we don't know about because thankfully they're not enforced.
That's exactly right.
But there are some really zany ones that are on the books. For example, as you said in your lead-in, it's illegal to sell a car on a Sunday. It's illegal to be drunk on a train. And as a matter of fact, adultery is illegal still, but a person can only be punished if the complaint is filed by their spouse. We've also got some funny ones at the city level.
All right.
And we're not poking fun at any one particular city, but in Grand Haven, you are not allowed to throw an abandoned hoop skirt onto the street.
Now you tell me.
I'm going to ruin your summer. I know.
There you go.
I know. And in Detroit, if you go that way, you cannot willfully destroy a radio.
Okay, that's interesting. I love it.
So people sometimes ask, well, how did these things get here? Well, they ended up on the statute books any number of ways many, many, many years ago.
Sure.
And this gives an insight into how we make and enforce laws. The legislature, of course, with the governor, will create a law and enact it into law. But you might not know that the law is there unless a prosecutor decides to enforce the law.
Right.
So a lot of these silly laws, and we've had many of them repealed over the years, thankfully, are still on the books, and you don't know that they're there, and no one is even aware of it because prosecutors, who are the ones who would bring criminal violations of these silly laws, don't bring the criminal charges, thankfully.
Right.
Every once in a while, in some part of the country, you do hear, though, where somebody decided to bring a charge based on one of these laws. Back in 2002, there was an incident where somebody was prosecuted for swearing to his wife and children, and he was known, I think, as the cussing canoer.
Canoer, right. He was on a canoe or something like that, yeah.
That's right, and it was a crime at the time to do that. In 2015 and over the years, the governor and the legislature have tried to clean up some of this stuff, so it's not there for a prosecutor to just kind of go off and enforce one of these laws. But there really isn't a good process in the legislative system to make sure that we're doing this on a regular basis. Right. The legislature has a specific number of things they want to do.
More important things.
That's right. The things they got elected, the things they promised to do. I've never met anybody who's promised to go repeal silly laws. Right. And so we have them, April Fools or not, they're there on the books.
You got a few seconds here. You'd like to think they would be more lenient, at least if you are convicted of doing one of these silly crimes. They maybe wouldn't give you much of a punishment, I guess. That's the good news.
And sometimes when people are prosecuted under these silly crimes, they go up on appeal.
Yeah.
But you'd like to think that never happens to begin with.
Some funny, interesting points there. If people have other questions for you, where can they find you, Tom?
They can find us on the phone at 616-301-3333. They can find us online at www.sinasdramis.com, or they can shoot us an email at info@sinasdramis.com.
Good stuff. Happy April Fool's Day.
Happy April Fool's Day.